if you could maybe start telling us a little bit about your organization and what you work with and who you are.
Okay, my name is Chantal Van Ham. I work as a Forest Program Officer here in the IUCN Regional Office for Europe in Brussels. And our organization is a membership-based organization that works worldwide on reducing the pressures on the planet, mainly focusing on biodiversity and the sustainable use of natural resources.
And we're going to talk a little bit about forests today. And I would like to ask you, if you could send one message to Europeans to encourage positive actions on forests, what would that be?
Well, the financial global crisis shows us that we have to seek a balance between economic, social and environmental interests. And I really believe that forests can bring a high return to humanity when we look at the awareness that exists today for the pressures that exist for forests, like illegal logging, pollution and the unsustainable use of natural resources. I would encourage Europeans to look at a number of things. If you buy forest products like furniture, make sure that they're certified with labels. Reduce use of paper and buy recycled paper. And if you travel by air, I think it's valuable to compensate your CO2 emissions in offsetting schemes that invest in restoration of forests. And discover the forest in your neighborhood. Go with the forest ranger and see what the hidden values of forests are.
What is your organization doing to address forest issues in the European Parliament?
In the European Parliament, we regularly organize events and meetings to share the knowledge and experience of the IUCN Global Network when it comes to forest protection, sustainable forest management and forest landscape restoration, and that helps to increase the awareness at a political level for the value of forests. And we hope that it will improve the environmental policies in the EU and also help to strengthen the integration of forest values in other sectoral policies like trade, climate change, energy and agriculture.
On a more personal level, what does a forest mean to you?
For me, forest is the essence of life. They provide clean air, clean drinking water, the tools that we use on a daily basis like pencils or kitchen tools. In every house you will find wood. But more than that, they are home to a diversity of species and they give us inspiration, energy and are a source of endless beauty. So I think the forest is really a place of wonder where you can go and discover new things every time.
Are you a tree hugger?
Yes, I do that sometimes. You should try it.
What is it that you're what are you specifically working on for IUCN?
I work on a project to strengthen forest governance and law enforcement in the EU neighboring countries in Eastern Europe and in Russia. And we try to raise awareness for the values of forest, working on capacity building programs with local communities, NGOs, government officials, to show that forests really offer solutions to the challenges that we face. When we think, for example, of reducing the risks of natural disasters like floods, erosion, desertification, and we also see that the boreal forests offer a great storage of carbon, sometimes even more than in tropical forests.
What would you like to see the politicians do, or what can the politicians do to address forest issues such as carbon storage?
I think that the value of forests in the world and in Europe cannot be overestimated, and I think that European politicians have a very important role in showing these values for economy and society, and therefore it's very important to strengthen the cooperation between forest and landowners, NGOs, universities, the forest sector, local communities, to really take into account the value of forests for the livelihood of millions of people, and also to invest in strengthening the forest law enforcement and to invest in reforestation of degraded and lost forest land.
The issue of forest fragmentation and loss of biodiversity has been discussed recently. What is the IUCN doing for that?
We do a number of things. Partly they relate to the knowledge development. So IUCN is known for its IUCN Red List, which is an assessment of species, taxonomic groups, and how they are threatened and their habitats are threatened. We also try to influence policymakers by giving them information and facts that they can use to make concrete changes in policy development. And we also do projects on the ground, as for example in Eastern Europe and Russia, where we really bring together the different stakeholders to think of concrete solutions for nature and forest protection.
What is the role of programs such as the ENPI FLEG that you work with? How are these programs helping addressing forest issues?
They help to really show what the value of forests are. Research in this project has shown that illegal logging leads to a loss, an economic loss of about 50 million euros a year in countries such as Armenia, Georgia, Russia and Ukraine. And we really think that the potential of forests should be unlocked to be an engine for green economic growth.
So is the economic aspect of forest something that should be emphasized more?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.